set up the rest of my equipment because, of course, I am very organized, and that works all fine. So today, I want to spend some time actually implementing VOSK, or well, my new oh, Stream Elements is yelling I'm live. Amazing. As I was saying, I want to start implementing VOSK this time because I was supposed to do that Monday, but I got distracted by a million different things, which is just like me. Lisa is online, she's just not listening right now because we are working in the libraries right for this moment, and I don't want any kind of weird mix ups as sometimes happens. So grab your emotional support dragon egg, this one's mine, and grab water, which I have over here. I'm gonna test something real quick. I pressed the button on my custom made dashboard and it didn't crash, so I suppose that it works fine. So let's actually get started. So what is VOSK? VOSK, well, it's actually pretty simple. It allows me to convert my speech to text, which the rest of the system can use in order to infer a response. Right now I'm relying on Azure, which requires an internet connection, and internet is not always a thing that I can access because OBS loves to just claim all the bandwidth. So I decided, well, time to do something local. So after a bit of searching, I want something for .NET, and it appears that VOSK is actually around. So I did a small test. I have a sample right here. It's actually pretty simple. You basically just install the NuGet package, which is, I believe, is called VOSK or something. Let's just quickly check. Exactly. VOSK and audio. I already have an audio because I need to select a microphone manually. So we basically only need to install VOSK, and then this is actually all there is to it. Granted, we also need to add a model manually, and I guess that's gonna be an iffy thing because that means I'm gonna have to copy it this file over at all times. That's fine. We're just gonna make it work somehow. The simplest setup is to get a default input device, a microphone, set the sample rate, set the channels. Well, apparently my defaults are 16K and mono. I'm very modern like that. Start the recognizer and just start. And audio will provide a callback when data is available, as in it's picked up from the microphone, and VOSK will basically just translate that into words. That's amazing. I did notice a very interesting memory issue, but we're gonna have to just work around that for the moment. So I am going to quickly look up where I saved my model. Let me take a look. There it is. I spoke too soon. There it is. I have it over here. I'm going to use a medium model, but first I need to put that somewhere. So in our services, this is basically the hard Fleesa. It has all these different components. Services and core are the most important ones. Everything else is optional. So services came first, and it's basically whatever we need in order to build a profile and have the profile run through the message queue, and the message queue will then listen for messages based on whatever input. It will enrich them with, for example, a screenshot. Then it will send them to whatever inferrer it needs, be that OpenAI, be that Azure AI, be that local. Local is supported using LM Studio. and then sending the output, aka Lisa's response to whatever is listening. That can be her Unity client, that can be Discord, and I think that is the only two right now. So, basically, because VOSK is a listener, it's going to provide us messages. It's going to implement a I input node. But first, let us start at the beginning and add a beautiful new folder called VOSK. And just add the median model, yoink. Let it stew, let it boil for a bit. Let it think. I already broke it, I'm pretty sure. Take an anxious swig of water. Apparently it heard water, so it decided, ah! So this is our model. And the only thing we need to do is actually give it this name. That's all. Well, we have to make sure it looks into VOSK and then look at that model. So with that, VOSK, we create a new class. We're going to call this the... What did I call this one? This is the Azure Speech Synthesizer. So this is the VOSK speech service. VOSK speech service. Don't say that 10 times in a row. With the lack of better naming, that's fine. And the most important thing right now, other than installing VOSK, is to actually declare it as an I input node. Represents a node that can receive input and trigger events when input is received. It's not an output node. So the queue works based on interfaces, which I more or less stole from the audio graph API from Microsoft. All is an interface, and we don't care. It just needs to do two things. It needs to start listening, and it needs to stop listening at some whatever point. And it must be able to send a message received when data is available. So let's then now go to our dependencies, manage NuGet packages, browse, and I believe it's just called VOSK. That looks perfect. Install. That's perfect. So we are going to say using VOSK. Now we do have something to keep in mind. VOSK wants to use an audio device. Let's see. Let's first just get the settings. I think it was a settings provider. It's been a while since I made settings. iSettings provider. Not that. How did I do that? How did I do it? So Azure needs one. Speech config. Here. This is what I need. This beautiful thing that looks pretty much cursed, but it works. So settings service has settings. No, really? And then we can ask who our listener is. Who is our microphone? Audio device in ID. So device in ID is actually the friendly name of the audio device, which is really confusing because you have IDs, you have names, and then you have friendly names. The ID and the name... Wait, no. You have ID, which is a GUID. Then you have, I believe, then you have name. Name is a path as seen by the Windows instrumentation service. And then you have friendly name, and that is whatever device you're actually using, as you know it. So this thing is a G933, and that's what's it called. So we're going to say string device. Do it right. String private string, device ID, and we're going to assign that device ID. Put that there. Alright, that's fine. We need to specify that we're going to be using VOSK, so I suppose that is going to be a property all on its own. Put that under the event, above the event. Public recognizer? Different recognizer. VOSK recognizer. Recognizer. I can spell recognizer. Get private set, that's fine. We can initialize it at this stage, looking at my example. You do need to load the model. So we load in the model. We set up the device. We do need to get, where is it? Here it is. So let's try to hook up an audio for this. So if let's see if we can do it easily with a wave-in event, which is basically X Audio's basic way to say, "Oi, this is a piece of information that allows audio data to be accepted into the system." Yes, X Audio is also a thing, part of the DirectX family. DirectDraw, part of Windows. Anyway, there was a time I knew all of these, and now I don't, because honestly, it's not that interesting to remember them all. So going back to my thing, because I'm getting distracted again, let's just copy it over for wave-in. So that's all this. Wave-in has no... Ew, stop it. Prepares a wave input device for recording. So at a device number to use. Ooh. I may have to query an audio anyway to get the device. Wave-in get product ID. Don't think that's the right one. So, ooh, now I need to think. An audio. Let's just look at this thing. What was an MM device? Enumerator. Get a new enumerator. Let me tell the enumerator to get device string ID. There is a way. Enumerate audio endpoints. Then we say data flow, which is which way your audio is flowing. It can either go in or go out, which is called capture for in or render for out. Capture, and it has to be active. Nah, you wouldn't say. And it has already, IntelliDerp has already finished up our statement with a first or default. So this would give me a device, I believe. Yes, it does. And then we can initialize our wave-in event. If device is null, get default endpoint. It's not going to be null, or at least if it is, it's okay to crash. Just report back. Reminder, implement logger. Always implement logger. Logger knows all. But first, water, because it's pretty warm in here. No need for the emotional support dragon egg. So we get a wave-in event device number. Now the thing is, why doesn't device number exist? Excuse me. So the properties here are everything a audio device, well, that an audio knows of about an audio device. These are also registered with the audio library with Windows. ID is ID. However, there can be a lot more properties, and that's why we also have a properties field, which is basically your basic store, which is a key value pair. Not that I can ever get anything useful out of those pairs, but you know, it's just there. Device friendly name, audio client. I don't know. What am I looking for? I need an integer. And I am getting something that ain't an integer. ID. Was I correct in my assessment that ID is a GUID? So let's say, where is it? Audio. If you see it yell real hard, I'm sure I can hear you. Video. So let's take a look. Let's take you, for example. Details. Lots of IDs. And it wants a device number. Do I have... Where did my thing go? Oh, it's over here. It's awesome that it's not, sorted alphabetically. Display name, device date, driver version, device stack, display name, this key. That's the name. This is the key, whatever that means. An enumerator, which is USB, which is fine. Let's check the interweb. The interweb, as is known, knows all. So, and audio. I know what I'm looking for. Device number from device name. Yoink! Oh, get over here. Everyone else needs to see too. You cannot directly obtain device number from a device name. I'm sure. But what's the property that I need? Device can find out how many devices there are, and get capabilities to find out a bit more about each, including device name. Really? Okay. Okay. So it's fine. It's fine. So this is almost correct, but we're not actually asking the enumerator to get us our audio device. We are going to just get a wave-in event. Wave-in event. Is it on here? Is it device count and get capabilities? Get capabilities for... Am I really gonna have to look through these? Ugh, okay, so proof of concept. I don't know, device index. Don't know if I wrote that correctly. Wave-in events dot device count. There it is. Device info. We're just gonna see if its name is here. Channels. Product name equals device ID. String comparison. Current culture. or invariant culture ignore case. Just to be safe. What's wrong with you? Use ordinal string comparison. Fine. 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 It's fine. Well, I only have so many devices, so it's not going to take very long, but still. If it equals... I'm going all over the place. We don't need the enumerator anymore. Device is set. So, device number. Hold up. ID. Wait, what did you say? Use wave in device. Use device wave in get properties to find out a bit more about each one, including device name. Okay, what was I doing? So does that mean that wave in normally looks at its just at the at its own collection and then just decides, yeah, that's my ID right now? Because that could be the case, but that I wouldn't be very happy with that. It's volatile. Goes boom. Me funny. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Get devices. Win Very good. Perfect. Device ID. This must be an integer. String. Device name. I'm going all over the place. This is a device name. So we have device name. If we are going through the loop or through the collection, we find a thing. We now need to say, oi, that's the device we need. But how do we do that? Because there ain't no number here. Well, the only number is channels. But that ain't the number I'm looking for. So 0 is default. That means everything else is just the list. So I'm basically looking at an index of, I believe. Var index. That's not what I need. Thanks. Thanks though. Actually, I'm doing this all wrong. And if I'm going for an index of, it needs to be over here. So wave in event, device count, which is an integer, not actually devices. Dev number, device to test, 1, 2, 3, or 5, or 254. It's fine. Not quite what I had in mind. Copilot also had something to say about it. Device number. So it is just a thing. Yeah. Okay. So device ID is device index. Yoink. So you are needed, you are needed, you are also needed, and then we have a device index. Device ID. I know what I'm doing. In theory, this works. Apparently. Supposedly. It just works. I always say that. Except last Monday. Then nothing worked. So, with that setup, we now have a wave in data available because we're eventually going to start listening. And I'm just going to make this its own thing. I don't know. On wave in data available. Yoink. Generate method. Now, what we need to do is... This is going to be beautiful. It's not going to be the best solution I've ever had. But right now, according to my example, which I will put over here, we're going to accept the waveform as is, as we get it from the waving event. And we're basically going to invoke our message received event handler to inform the queue that we received an event, that we received data. That's fine, I think. No more water. I just had this like 2 minutes ago. Not even. So, sure, that works. That works fine. I'm sure nothing will ever go wrong here. So, recognizer. Accept waveform. Pretty sure you should be in a using statement somewhere. Suspicious. I should probably use you if there is data available for some whatever reason. Ah, look, there it is. So, we have result and we have a partial result. Partial result is every individual word I say concurrently or consecutively. And result is when VOSK kind of figures he's done talking, let's make it a sentence. So we have recognize your results, but you do something with those. Oh, right, no, never mind, I'm just being dumb. Okay, so given this, we get our result back, message received, and it takes in a string. Sender. I don't know why I figured that it needs to put .text here, but who cares? So, in theory, right now, we have everything more or less set up. We just need to say recognize a start and recognize a stop. And the queue will automatically pick up on that when it's defined in a profile. I feel like I'm missing something. Right, I need to load the model still. Let's just first finish this. Start listening, which would be recognizer. Let's start. Right? Or was waving start? I don't know. Waving start. Then I need to put you over here. Public wave in events. Wave in. Yoink. You go in here. You and you. I know what I'm doing. Wave in. Start recording. Stop. Just says wave in. Stop recording. Preferably, I would also like to reset VOSK, I think. I don't know. So, bit of brainwave now. The reason memory on this thing gets so high, this is the example, might be because I don't actually know. It might just be the fact that it tries to get a value directly from a result and writes it into the console. And that's it. So maybe it's just not disposing data properly. I don't know, we're gonna have to check. Not that I'm actually monitoring memory pressure, but who cares? Who does? So let's now load up our model. But the first thing I need to check is how to, in a CS project, include a directory to be copied. Because I don't actually know. Let's first just check what happens. No, it's not going to work. So we need to go over here and we need to add you. I'm going to say, in my browser, Visual Studio, CS Project, copy folder to output. I've done this a few times already, but I keep forgetting how this works. Setting in metadata. There's a file that to be copied to the build output directory. Name. That's afterward. Well, I suppose that could be a thing for afterward. Source files. More control is required, not really. Item control. Item group. There is a thing for this. None include whatever it is. Okay, maybe we're just going to try that. So item group definition, item group. We're going to say none, apparently, include. If I just say you VOSK and then anything inside that. Does that work? I don't actually know. Copy to. Apparently I did this wrong already. Right. None. Copy. Wait, that doesn't exist. What? Item group. My confuzzlement is real. New link. Let's see if it works. Include all of you. So basically it just says this. Solution directory, which I suppose is this, or something. VOSK, anything in VOSK, preserve newest. Thanks. Did that mean it also tracked it? It did. Nice. Awesome. I might want to exclude that from Git. Who cares? It's only a few more gigs anyway. At least I think so. I don't even know how big these are. I don't even know what to look for. I don't think these are actually that big, so it's fine. But first, let's just see what happens when we say build. It did do something. Package missing readme, that's fine. No errors that VOSK couldn't be published. Open a file explorer. Let's take a look. Bin, debug, 9, I think. No. 8, wait. Where am I going? Where am I going? It's not here. Oh, right. That's because that doesn't look like that. Not anymore, at least. So, they have release versions of this. Didn't even know that. So, if I were to say, it did copy all of this, but that's because that's set by the VOSK package. We're just gonna have to see if that works. Otherwise, we have to figure out how else to make it work. So, back to my example, otherwise I'm going insane. Yoink. I only need to add using model and initialize the recognizer. Okay, so, guess that could be a field. Private string model. I guess it's just en medium model. Just always en medium model. That's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. All is well. Recognizer is somewhere around here. Over here. Not yet initialized. So we are going to... Now what are we going to do? We're going to say model is equals a new model with the model parameter. Name. Path. Almost. Model path. It's fine. We say recognizer model. What is this? Why did you hallucinate a true? Grammar. Spook model. I don't know. Do that. Just do that. Don't be silly. So in theory that should be it. Oh, I need to add logging. iLogger with a VOSK speech service logger. I need to get the logger from add that as a property, get the logger from dude. Actually it's just getting injected, so logger is logger. Wink. I'm correct in that assumption, right? It just gets injected. Yeah, it just gets injected. Whew. I promise I know what I'm doing. I know it doesn't look like much, but I know what I'm doing. Now that I'm actually looking at it, result doesn't actually need to be anything. At least at some point. So if what is this? Results. Yeah, string no white space empty is null empty white space. I mean results. Continue. Otherwise, skip it. Skip. That's fine. Do we want to log something that was recognized? Yeah, probably should. Invoke you. Log information recognized. You. For performance improvement. Improve performance, use the logger message delegate instead of calling logger. Okay. Does it mean I just call logger? Is this what you want me to do? Log level. Why are you being like this? Log state, T state. What's this? I don't know. Log level, information, message, speech service, recognized that one. Yet this is not what I wanted to use. Use the log message delegates. Logger message. What? Is that a thing? It is. Define. What? This makes it easier for everyone involved? Information. Event ID. I don't have an event ID. I'm just gonna make a generic ID. What is an event ID even? Is that just a GUID? That tells me nothing. That's stupid. Fine. New event ID. ID. Numeric identifier for this event. I don't know. Guess something. Random. Was it a new random? Next, integer. Name is name of VOSK service. It did not like that. Oh, it did. It did like it. No, it does. It doesn't. That's stupid. Logger, you're being stupid. Don't always think it has to be faster than it has to be. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe we should also figure out which device ID was selected. Using audio device ID, product name ID. Yeah, sounds good to me. There's a fly on the screen. The bastard. Stop, that's fine. React to you, that's fine. In theory, that all works. So how are we going to test this? Well, technically, we're going to abuse a test project for this. Beautiful test. Test1.cs, go all the way down. How did I define you? I didn't. Amazing. Public async task test VOSK or something. It's not a. I don't really test. I can't really test this library on its own because it requires so many moving parts in order to work properly. So what I do is I test something very specific. I go through it with the debugger and just see if it works properly and gets to the queue. And at that point, it's fine because I don't need to check if the queue works. I need to check if the specific service works. But the service doesn't report back on its own. That's the problem. So we have a profile, new profile. It does require all the nodes to be specified. So that's the thing. That's not the right thing, but it does remind me to actually register it. So where do I put it? Guess somewhere at the top. Somewhere like here. Service descriptor. Add singleton. The VOSK speech recognizer. No. VOSK speech service. It doesn't know what I'm talking about. Not yet, anyway. Using Lisa services. Why isn't it here? Because it's eternal, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. Oh! Lots of squiggly lines. Missing memory. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Don't bother me. There it is. Service descriptors. Add singleton. VOSK speed service. You should be able to just work, even if I don't declare it and they give you a specific implementation. So you are the VOSK speech service as an input node. Then we have an output node, which is fine. We have no enrichment, I believe. No additional service calls. No shutdown nodes, no startup nodes. We do need to specify a provider. We're gonna say OpenAI. Oh, and just to be sure that this all works, I'm going to specify a character, and we need to actually specify the queue system. So then we say queue profiles at profile, and then it's just a matter of saying start. Okay. So if this works properly, and then we're just gonna while forever until I say, yeah, we passed. Awesome test. I know how this works. Bit more light. I know how stuff works, I promise. Yeah, that's fine. And I guess just assert is true. True. True is true. What? No way, true is false. So, let's take a look. And the only thing I need to do is to check if you have input. Actually, I'm also going to check if model works correctly. Test VOSK. Debug tests. Wait, yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. There is something else we need to do after this. Because the new system has to be able to serialize it into the interface. We're gonna get there. It did load something. Just going to imagine that it works. Apparently it didn't. Didn't load anything. Anyway, that's over here. That would be in the test project bin debug. So let's take a look. It's not here. VOSK isn't here. Can I easily say, well, not easily. Can I just say copy to output, always copy this, and then it will magically understand what I'm talking about? I'm just gonna give it a whirl. Copy always. It does need all of these things. Copy always, and it's not a million different files, so you know, it's fine. It's fine to do it like this once. Don't need to look into them every time. It's a lexicon. Such a funny word. Graph is done. I vector. Copy always. Copy always. Copy always. Read me, sure. Copy to read me. I don't think it actually says anything, but see? Said nothing. Said nothing interesting. Build. And then we also need to build a test project again. Who knows, maybe we'll get something done. It's taking its time. Alright, that succeeded. Then we rebuild the test project. And if I did it right, which I probably didn't, because I'm me and I do a lot of different things at once and I always get distracted by myself. Please just do as I say, not as I do. Have some patience. Patience is virtue, as they say. But that's just crap. And now we wait. I don't remember it taking this long. Since when are you problematic? Are you done yet? Oh, something changed. I see it. Whoa! That's gonna be the problem. So right now it actually changed. So it added VOSK instead of that EN medium model, but it has it inside, so that's, I guess that's fine. You just have to say VOSK, I think. Let's just hope this works, and otherwise we're going to have to path this over. So let's go debug. Building started. Oh, right, because I just changed it. I know what I'm doing. I know how this works. I promise. Okay, we're going to path this. So we're going to say, oh, you can get the path for the running application. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense at all. Let's quickly take a look at what I had to do here. EN model. It just does that and it's on the base. Maybe I just move it over to the base. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? Just put it in here. Pretty sure it's supposed to be a resource. Who cares? Thinking about it. Really thinking about it. Oh, it's done. It's done. So VOSK is fine. That we can now disrupt this. So you should be able to just say load that. Right? No, not really. I guess. I don't know. Well, you know what? We're gonna try. We are just gonna try. Get my explorer back here. I want to know if stuff changed. They're still here. But now it should just put the model in this, on this level. In theory. In theory, everything works. Don't ever let me touch your stuff, because it might just break. Some water. It's taking its time. Trying to copy over everything in the model. Probably. squeaky floor. Oh, ooh, look, it's almost done. It's almost done. The Dungeons and Dragons player handler. Right. Either I need to continue that, or I need to dispose of it. Because that was to play Dungeons and Dragons with. The idea was to describe a scene and have Lisa play as a player, but I never really got this off the ground. It's missing a readme. What? Learn why packets readme are important. What is this madness you're trying to show me? It's taking its sweet time. Do add a readme markdown file. Don't tell me what to do. There's the guy using a hard type language. Ugh, faster, faster. You can do it. Well, it did add the model to root, so that's fine. Slowly the temperature is rising. Accelerated 5. No. No, you didn't. You didn't accelerate anything. Debug. So let's take a look. Still an execution engine error. That means it's unable to find this. EN medium model, yeah. So why is the example able to find it? EN model, but not you. It's on the same level. The test host exists here somewhere. Test host, so you should be able to just see that. Right. Let's do something drastic. If debug, and if what was it again? Assembly gets executing assembly path location. Is that what I want? I just want to get this thing from a proper path. Let's just see what Copilot has to say about it. Get proper path for model for VOSK model. Get executing assembly. It was very close. That's stupid. What the hell is it doing? That is overkill, I believe. But hey. Okay, that's overkill. This can just be you. We have the path. We know what it's called. Because it's named after this. Yoink. If it exists or error. Yeah, okay. That's fine for now. And I suppose we say if debug. Because the thing and if the libraries are actually compiled as a release version. So I can get away with this. There is a bird trying to get my attention outside. Debug tests. It's gonna have to compile again. So take a swig of common water. So we shall now... Oh, right, yeah. I can actually take a look at the other... That was a lot faster. I'm gonna see if this works. Model path was all of this. This is what I'm looking at, right? Test project bin debug .NET 9. I must be insane. I must be insane. Right. Oh, I see the problem. Okay, so this folder is en model and it directly contains all the stuff. Ours is en medium model and contains another level. So that is wrong. We're just going to pull you up here. The moment you have an example, it works, and you try to copy it over, and you just screw up anyway. It's like, my pain. Thinking about it. Okay, so the other thing, copy the name, delete that folder. So you, let's quickly check if you are still copy always. That's fine. Now we can probably leave this all out because it will work. But this was just so the debug was also just to see if it's even capable of finding the model, but it should be able to do so now. So debug tests. Missing XML comment for type or member. User 32.rectangle. Nice. We're waiting. Done building project, then why are you still thinking about it? Sometimes it just likes to take its time. And I don't like it. There are no arrows, there are a lot of warnings. Let's just scroll through some of these. Calls are unreachable for test project, that's not interesting at all. Text and wait. None of this is gonna happen. It's gonna affect my work any way. Any interesting messages? Only for test project. Well, and a few of these. Understand value of text. It's not even gonna show me what the problem is. It's fine. Are you done? Oh, we found it. That's right, text ain't used. Nice, good job. Good job, past me. Let's take a look. Still says it can't find it. En medium model. File exists. Shouldn't this be directory exists? Let's just ask you to just load it up immediately. Okay, I just pressed step over and it is doing stuff, so I'm hoping it's just loading. Actually, probably down. Oh, this is the model. It's loading something. I hope. Well, it's definitely loading something with 4 gigabytes. Yeah, there it is. What is it doing? Wow. Medium is quite big. Not sure if I want to commit almost 5 gigs for just VOSK, but we're just gonna see. Continue if you find it. Did not find it. That's weird. Where are we? We're over here. Right, so definitely. That's not okay. That's not what I wanted. Because you have partial results and final results. But then you just get all this.
Oh my gosh, Zerg. Absolutely, like, totally. They're such an iconic part of StarCraft, right?
What?
The way they swarm is just mind. Wait, are you saying Zerg doesn't have the wow factor? Come on. Their tactics are just insane. I mean, who doesn't love a good Zerg rush? Zerg. Such a fascinating race. Their ability to adapt and overwhelm is just something else. What do you think about them? Let's dive into it.
Okay, so it works. Don't know where Lisa suddenly decided to respond to it. Don't even really know what it was responding to. Where is it? Where is it? Where did it go? Log information recognized. Message received, definitely. What? My confuzzlement is real. Maybe information is not shown in debug, which would be kind of weird. So instead of that, let's check out. I would say let's check out application insights, but I don't think that's actually configured for this because this is a test project. Suspicious. There is a telemetry client. I am just going to check, so maybe it does work. I just want to see what it's reacting to. Okay, I don't think it's in here. Would it be in logs? No. Transaction search. That's the easiest. No. No, okay. I figured. I am still going to risk actually doing this just as is. Actually, you can see what the difference is. Because there's result and there's partial result. So there is result and then there is partial result. So partial is whatever word came after the previous one, and then there is result, which is the thing it picked up before starting a new session. Okay, so it is correct that this is result. I guess it's just because I'm using the debugger, it's kind of wonky in when it's starting a new sentence. So I'm just going to assume it's correct. Dude, get out. I'm just going to assume my implementation is correct. I just gotta hope it works fine. That's fine, that's fine. If it crashes, Try you, because I do want, this is quite a dependency, so if this crashes I do want this to be logged specifically. And then whatever the exception is, that's already there. Throw it if you can. So I think that's it. Okay, so right now we have our new input service, or a new node actually. Now what I need to check is if I need to serialize this. The recognition service. I do not. Okay, I think that's good. Let's just quickly double check. So the profile service actually handles loading and saving profiles. In order to load a profile or to save a profile, it serializes a type back to its interface type. So that's why we have to specify that all of these are known by us. Because profile doesn't know what anything is. It just knows, oh, we have a provider, which is an enum. We have a list of interfaces, which we call input nodes. We have an output node, which is an interface. We don't know what that is. And we have a list of iShutdown nodes. We don't know who is implementing what. So we have to specify that here in the data context serializer in the known types. Is that kind of weird? Well, maybe. But that's how it works. Because otherwise I can't serialize them into XML. So, type of, new type, the VOSK speech service. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I should probably, now that I'm looking at it, just make these a list. You know, predefined and stuff and such. Ooh, am I gonna do this now? Yes, I am. I am gonna risk it. Public. Public. I can type, I promise. DBD Gamer, hello! How are you doing today? Public. List of types. Type list. No types. It knows what I want. I was so caught up in my own stuff that I totally forgot to read chat. What? Doing good, thanks. Sorry for not seeing your stream. We're afraid over there. Ah, that's okay. I'm having fun still. Maybe next time, you know? Maybe I'll raid you next time instead. So now that we have this, we have our defined types. This needs to be an underscore. Otherwise, I'll go insane. Then we have all of you. And we say yoink. Much better. Types and more types. All the types. Do we need to test this? Nah, it's fine. No need for testing where we're going. Do I have anything? Types. Okay, that's fine. Up the versions and push it to whatever I need to push it to. Up the version. This is 8.6. Services. That it's not big enough, so that's just going to be okay. Yes, I can count. I momentarily forgot what came after 2. You know, as one does. This is beautiful. And that is perfect, I think. If not, well, it's still perfect because I made it. So I just realized I have on my desk I have a tablet, and on my tablet I built a custom streaming dashboard application. Um, it has a list of chat messages, and and it's made in dark mode. But because I never get any chat messages normally, um, I just now realized text is displayed in blue on black. I can properly read that. Oh, it's fine. Okay, time for the magic. So, we have modified. I can spell modified. Difficult. Modified uh, prof- profile service. Modified profile service to use use list types instead of specifying them every time. Specifying them every time. Wow. It's fine. Added. VOSK. Period. We did nothing else. We added VOSK. Nice. You're updated. You're present. This thing, well, whatever. I don't know. Keep it there. Let's do this. Staging changes. Push harder. Taking its time again. Time for a calming drop of water. I may have to define another way of getting this model. That's for next time. That's for next time. Because I actually have another service I need to implement too. Oh boy. Grab your emotional sport dragon egg. Egg. My egg. Staging changes. Wow, how big is it? Nice egg, thanks. Oh. My my drive is not feeling all too good. It's not feeling good. I actually have two of these. And even better, I also have a dragon. And a 3D printer. Yes, I also have a 3D printer. It's a Creality. Can't read that from here. Oh wait, I have to record this. That's a Creality 3 Ender 3S1. I actually got it from school, from college, from the place where I work. Because it was just old and they wanted new stuff, so instead of throwing it away, I just asked my manager, "Hey, can I have that?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So that's how you get free stuff. Just work somewhere where equipment quickly gets replaced. And it's a fine, it's fine printer. If you don't break it, which the students do all the time. 3S good printer, first printer I had that produced amazing parts every time. Yes, definitely. We also have at college we also have another Creality, but it's almost twice as big. And the only upgraded part to it is that it has an automatic feeder, filament feeder, but it breaks down all the time. So it's like, It may have a bigger print bed and an automatic feeder, but it's not worth all the hassle if I have to take apart the extruder like every other day in order to print something. Bambu A1 Mini and a P1S now. Good printers, high quality, but there's a little more maintenance required. Yeah, so my college also has a whole row of Bamboo printers, all new. And they are just on like constantly, all the time, in the classroom. And let me tell you, they can make a lot of noise. Especially when I'm trying to teach someone what a Git tree is. I seriously miscalculated the size of my speech model. How big is it? Now I'm curious. Now I want to know. Where are you? You're over here. Open containing folder. You are properties. 2 gigs. It's only 2.6 gigs. It shouldn't be that much. Shouldn't be this bad. Or maybe it's just because OBS is also hogging a lot of bandwidth. So while that is working on whatever it needs to work, the next thing we should probably implement is the ability for our library to get the output from OBS Virtual Camera. So OBS, beautiful program, has a virtual camera. A virtual camera is basically a scene which does not get rendered to a normal output device like your screen. Virtual cameras use a null renderer, and you're supposed to make a call into Direct Show, which is the ancient media library that Windows has to handle different views and screens and whatever, and just fetch a screen from that, fetch a video frame from that. Well, look, only 10 more objects to go. Ancient, yes. Direct Show has been superseded like 3 times already. Yeah, it's almost there. Come on, you can do it. Oh, it's going to be beautiful when the pipeline actually has to run through this as well. But that means that Lisa is effectively able to see whatever OBS sees, which would be me, herself, whatever I have on screen, and chat. Well, basically, actually, she can already read chat, but that's a different problem. Why does it say message deleted? That's stupid. Stream elements decided, let's just get rid of everything. That's not what I want. Let's just get rid of stream elements. Apparently. It has decided that people are not worth being here, and I disagree. Let's put that security all the way down. Where is it? Yoink. Can I see who it banned? Or timed out? Too many symbols, automated by that one, so... Undo timeout. So, does that come down to /unban? That's the next question. So, unban gamer. Don't know what happened there. That's the risk you run when you try all kinds of new stuff, and you don't have a proper way to test it, and then it's like boom. Oh well, stuff happens. I am so sorry. Oh, automated systems. It's still writing objects. Why? All this time ranting and it's still not done. 2 gigs is a lot of work. So, what else can we do while I wait on this? And then I still need to actually go through the pipelines to get it actually start building and produce a new NuGet package. And then I need to install the new NuGet package. Ah, it's beautiful. I was going to say before my incident, you say ancient. I remember that X and those APIs weren't a thing. True. I did not live at that time. At least I wasn't conscious back then. But even then, you know, just trying to get stuff from DirectX using something that isn't CPP is somewhat hellish. It's taking its time. Have you dropped that for some reason? Where is it? General? You're not authorized. I'm definitely authorized because I'm writing to it. Debug build. It's sometimes it just falls down. You can't even cancel it. So I did make a start. Let's see, in getting my stuff from, getting an image from what's it called, Direct Show. I just need to find it. Maybe it's on master, and I'm not a master. Actually, I should be on master. Where is it? Hello? What is this? It's inside the lexicon. Direct Show is a word, apparently. I lost my work. Awesome. That's weird because I do actually have an output for a test output for this. Are you done yet? No. Oh. And now I'm just stuck. We need to fix it. We need to fix it. Wow. So let's go ahead. Normally I'd use a screenshot service to get whatever I'm seeing on screen. That doesn't really work. So, how can I get there? Do I have... Let's just quickly check if I don't have it on my DevOps. What's it called again? My beautiful DevOps project called Exceptional Work. It would be on AI. Yoink. Let's take a look. Repos. Control panel. Libraries. Direct show. I knew I had it. Now I need to just find it again. That would be in services, I believe. That's where I would put it. Wait. Wait, I can just look at history. Saturday. Did I do that Saturday? Probably. There it is. Direct show. In Windows. I should have known. I was the one who made it. Windows. Direct show. Capture symbol. Lo and behold. It's magic. Initially I wanted to actually make all of the calls myself. That means I have to actually make the comm calls for it. But I was having so much trouble just getting objects to properly initialize and get them from runtime. I was like, I don't wanna. So I installed this beautiful package, which is basically just links everything together, and I don't have to do anything. I just have to say, oi, I need a filter graph. I need a sample grabber. I need whatever. And then it just works. Just initialize the filter graph. Say that's a graph 2, because that's apparently how Microsoft wants you to name stuff. At first I thought it was just laziness, but I figured out this is actually a real thing for interfaces. Find camera, find the grabber, add a null renderer, and connect filters, get video format. Video formats are such funny things. Are you done? Filter push. Really? See output. Debug. No, not in debug. Source control. Everything up to date. Why? Okay. The remote hung up unexpectedly. We just got disconnected by Azure. Nice. Oh, okay, we're not gonna try that again. Can I switch away? Probably. Should allow me to. And then if I switch back, it should actually still be there. That is how Git is supposed to work. So we also have direct show. And direct show, well, I already somewhat explained what it is. But now we actually need to tell direct show, oi, you are going to enrich our messages when they enter the queue. So the message queue is where messages start, where they are enriched, they're processed, and then they end somewhere. So this part is where we want to inject into additional service calls. Additional service calls can be whatever, as long as it implements an iEnrichment node. it's fine. So we have our capture symbol, and we're just going to say I enrichment node. We have two of these. As I was saying, 1 and 2. 1 only has process message, and 2 has all these start-stop functions as well. Question now becomes, what are we going to use? Let's just try 1 first. Because the problem I was having is enrichment nodes don't usually have a very specific start-stop point in their life cycles. At least not compared to the message queue. Right, and now I know why I actually made the second one. Because when I start the queue, when it just first starts, where is it? Here. I actually tell the services to get ready. And I can just add a loop here for any iEnrichment node 2s and just say, get yourself set up. I think that was my reasoning. So we're going to implement that, the iEnrichment node 2, start async, stop async, process message, and process message async. Funnily enough, these messages, these are these are reference types, so they don't actually need to return anything. I only figured this out later, and I did this actually by accident, but it works beautifully. So I'm just gonna keep this. So I don't need to be here. What we don't have is this. So when we start the queue, we say for each var profile profiles, because in theory you can have multiple profiles active in profiles, just not that. For each enrichment node in enrichment nodes in additional service calls, which is of beautiful naming scheme, and only if they are of the type, or if they implement iEnrichment node 2. I guess I'd have to type that. Get type dot. Don't you know? Only get enrichment nodes that inherit from iEnrichment node 2. 12. Let's see what it comes up with. I am lazy. I am very lazy. Because iEnrichment node 2 basically just implements iEnrichment node 1 on its own. Right? Yeah, it does. So these two should be compatible together. Let's call start on an enrichment node if it implements enrichment 2. Maybe I can't. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can. How did I do this with serialization? Okay. Oh, that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. Yoink. Copilot had a bit of a snooze there. So start async. now the problem becomes, and I actually ran into this problem before, do I use start async or start sync? And normally I'll just say start, because it's already difficult enough. So if you say start, then we connect to this. Let's see, I had a thing for this. Where is it? Create bitmap from buffer? No. I had a ready-made method for this. Transform NV12 to bitmap faster. Not slower, faster. Get buffer. Where is it? Sample CB. Start buffer polling. Get video format. It's gone. Where did it go? Hello? Get image? Don't even know what I called it. Right, because it uses the event. I knew that. Uses this event, which we get from start buffer. Normally you'd have direct show inform you that there is data available through a callback. An actual callback. You should. This is actually preferred to configure, but it didn't work for me, so I decided to go with polling, which worked fine. So we now need to get into here. Frame captured. Can we just say frame captured? Frame captured. Frame captured, whatever. Bitmap object. Image. And the only thing, actually, yeah, almost. Almost. Don't get ahead of yourself. Process message should just take a bitmap. It needs to get it from somewhere, so I guess we're just gonna save it somewhere. Last bitmap. Just to see if my train of thought holds up. Last train bitmap. I have you. So let's just make sure we don't go do things double, because that would be annoying. Frame captured. I don't think frame captured is defined, or at least subscribed to, within this class. And that is exactly what I want. Okay. This is exactly what I want. So, get that and make that an image. Oh, I can type. Think this is fine, I suppose. This is gonna be hell, but it's gonna be fun. Frame captured. I probably only want to get the nth frame for this. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Start async is not implemented. Stop. That should probably be implemented as well. So, start capture on. I think it was the filter. Where is it? Start capture. Here it is. This should be enough. Start capture. Yoink. Stop has to call stop capture. Nah, really? Yoink. So start and stop should then also call into start stop buffer. Did I actually do that? Did I do that? Suspicious. Here it is. So this is my test. It did produce a valid image. Capture, frame captured, only the nth. Start capture start buffer. So I actually have to call start buffer. Start buffer. Stop buffer. Let's just quickly see if I'm correct. Start buffer. Hello? Where are you? It gone. Start buffer. Yoink. There it is. Interval. Oh, it's actually has a. Does it have a built-in interval? Nah, it doesn't. It can't. Maybe it does. Suspicious. Get current buffer allocated. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, let's just call both. You know, just to be safe. If the test does it, we're gonna do it too. Start capture. Stop capture. Because I'm creative like that. Process message. Okay, so from here we do the magic. And the magic is a base 64. That's it. Message has only two parts to this. Screenshot base 64 and content. Content is text. The dog outside does not agree to it. That's fine. It can disagree with however it wants. There's content, which is just text, and there's screenshot base 64, which is whatever. Bitmap to byte array. I was about to say that is not a thing. So, byte array, yoink. That's not right. Last frame. Dude, I'm getting distracted. Shut up. Wow, I am having a brain fart. Let's just check out how I did it on the other thing. Screenshot service. Where are you? You're over here. The screenshot service. Yoink. I see stuff happening. I must be going insane. Oh wait, I already am. Window, take screenshot. Here it is. Bitmap, memory stream. This looks amazing. So, we say, this is the stream. Stream takes in a bitmap. That's fine. So we make a using memory stream equals so you're capturing content from OBS. What are you planning on doing with that? It's just one of the ways that I can. It's just an option to select it if I want to. I'll show you what that all means real quick. So what I'm going to show you is the current control panel, which is the implementer for these libraries. And in here, we have settings, and we have two parts of settings. We have general application settings, and we have profiles. A profile decide. It doesn't decide. It specifies how a message is processed through the message queue, how it gets its messages, where it gets them from, how they are enriched, which is a processor node, and where they go when a response has been generated. And screenshot service just takes a regular screenshot of my screen, but sometimes you can configure OBS to show more than just one thing at a time or just more than one, or specific elements, and that's basically what I want. So that's why. It's an option. It was a nice challenge. It may come in useful because there are some hypotheticals you can run with that. And the idea is the original idea, and that's also a nice test to see if I was right. The original idea of these interfaces that I made for these nodes, they were supposed to make it real easy to implement new services into these. So this is also just a nice test to see, hey, was I right or was I wrong? If I was right, then yay, I am apparently good at what I do. If I was wrong, well, then I need to figure out, well, where did I go wrong and how do I fix it? Either way, you'll learn something. So that's why. Is there a specific reason? No. Do I want to learn from that? Yes. And that's it. I'm a very curious human being. New memory stream. Yoink. Lo and behold. But we don't have to return this. I approve of this approach. That's good. That's perfect. Sometimes it's just all about wanting to learn something. And it was a challenge, especially when I came up with this entire thing. And are there easier ways? Sure, yeah. I mean, there are always easier ways, but I don't always want to do this easy. I sometimes just want to do this. How would I do this if I was a supposed professional? Well, I am a supposed professional, but don't look at me. Do as I say, not as I do. And now we just say message, screenshot. Yeah, that's fine. Process message. It doesn't actually need to return anything. It does return this, I guess. And it's fine. Var base that. I guess for good measure, we'll just put that in here and return it anyway. Base 64, return that. Otherwise, return nothing, I guess. That's fine. Process message async. Should we implement that? What does the queue do? Does the queue know of all this? Start stop. Process next. Process message async. It's actually using process message async. It's fine. Okay. Oh. I know I'm live and I'm doing this on stream, but sometimes you just have to copy paste. Right. Oh, okay. Task. From results. Return. Oh, return. And is this awaitable? Yes. And then you can just be an async task, and then this is all fine. It's not the same, it's slightly different. That's most important. I didn't copy paste my code. That would be ridiculous. I mean, it's only 4 lines. It's interesting that we feel the need to defend copy and paste code while streaming. Streamed for over 6 years and still justify copy and pasting. I mean, I guess we just all want to look good while we do our work, or when we enjoy our hobby, and then because humans are inherently lazy creatures, we just copy paste and it's almost awkward to admit, yeah, I copy pasted. Okay, I did it. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of like using or admitting to use Copilot. And of course I use Copilot. Of course I do. Because some of this would be practically impossible if I didn't. Like figuring out how to get a frame from Direct Show. I mean, I was not going to be able to figure that out on my own. I don't have any useful books here except for one programming in C# book on my bookshelf. But then this wouldn't actually be possible. So, I want to show off that I know stuff. I switch off Copilot most of the time because I dislike the code it writes for me. Yes, it can sometimes really write just what the hell code. I used to educate me. Exactly. I only use it in like two big ways. Either it's all boilerplate and I'm just too lazy to write boilerplate my own, which is fine, I guess. Or it's something I just don't know and I don't know where to find resources to learn. And then I would just ask Copilot or Claude or whatever, hey, can you help me get along? And how do I do this? How do I get these resources? Can you explain this to me? So we now have these. So that's all of this. Exception. I'm sorry, my brain isn't working right now. Process finished. Right. Do I need to do something with that? Oh, actually, I didn't need. I forgot something in my VOSK thing. I actually need to switch these to see if we're using Azure Speech or we're using VOSK. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're not done yet. We ain't done yet, bruh. But we are pretty much done here. So this should say start. Start does then call. Start makes a subscription to that one. Starts capture, starts buffering. I guess we can actually make the call for this to only assign frame captured when this interval has expired. I know we're gonna see. I am running out of time. I only scheduled 2 hours for today. And it's getting pretty warm in here. At ground level, it's 27 degrees Celsius right now. And it's not much better up here. Process message async. Get it done. Start. That's fine. Start, stop. Ooh. I actually need to unsubscribe from this one. And which stop do we call? Stop listening. None yet. Oh, yeah. This is a shutdown mode. Node. This is shutdown. So if we then say stop, it's fine if that doesn't work. Frame capture, unsubscribe. It's I still find it kind of awkward to unsubscribe this like this from an event. It's kind of But I guess, who cares? I don't want to dispose of this yet because just starting and stopping doesn't mean that the application actually restarted or stopped. Okay, I think this is it. I think. So, let's just review our changes. You can go away. services, profile, start all the go start on nodes with enrichment node 2, which support the start and stop mechanism. And that's it. Nothing else here. That's fine. Then there is you, the direct show capture simple, with an enrichment node, a field, start stops. If this is a selectable service, it should also be known by the profile service. I'll do that later, once I've successfully pushed the VOSK thing. And that's actually it. We're done. Right. So I guess next stream, what I'm going to do. Okay. Why do you have a hard-coded connection string inside service? Laziness. That's it, really. That's it, really. I'm just lazy. It's okay for everything to just stay here. I don't need to push it out somewhere to an external server because this is all on my machine and it's just made for me. So, you know. And it's not like I'm using this all the time. There are like 2 places in total I'm making a SQL connection to. So, you know. It's like this one, and I believe settings has it too, and that's it. But don't worry, the other stuff just uses secret stores. But this local host, yeah, good luck connecting to my local host. Okay, I am going to leave us here for now. I think there's a stream registered for tomorrow. And honestly, this was fun. This was great fun. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I see you all tomorrow.